6 o'clock, call committee of the whole to order. Start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to start with the oath of office, swearing in new council member Stephen Dyer. That's you.
I know, but don't you have a call?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Roll call?
Well, no, because we're going to go Parks and
We
Rec.
were gonna swear him in first, then do roll call.
Then Parks and Rec.
Okay. Stephen.
He's been swearing already.
Yeah.
David, is this going on? I can't see a picture.
Yeah.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I
I, Stephen Dyer,
do hereby swear
do hereby swear
or affirm
or affirm
to support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
and the ordinances of
and the ordinances of
the Village of Windham,
the Village of Windham,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and to faithfully,
and to faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of a council person
of a council person
of the Village of Windham
of the Village of Windham
for so long
for so long
I shall continue in said office.
I shall continue in said office.
Congratulations, sir.
I'm like, the table must be too far over.
Alright, so now we'll do roll call. Daniel Miller.
Here.
Oh, sorry, I said your last name. Samuel.
Yep, here.
Steven.
Here.
Thank you.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
I can't find my paper. Okay, anyways.
So Fun in the Sun has been very productive in the last 2 weeks so far. There's about 7 vendor tables that are pretty much confirmed. Should be getting applications mailed in or turned in any day now. Portage County Library is coming out. We've got 3 food trucks that are 2 are confirmed. 1 I just talked to today, she's probably gonna come. The one that he should be dropping off any day is Nick's Rolling Embers or Smoking Embers. He's a local barbecue truck. And then we have the local coffee truck out of Newton Falls too. The Army is gonna come out and set up a booth. The Marine Corps is gonna come out and set up a booth. I called the Navy, they never got back to me. And I'm gonna call the Air Force tomorrow and see if they wanna come and set up a booth.
Coast Guard.
I can try. Space Force, anybody. Working on a band. Ashley just gave me the counselor at KT, I guess, does a band, and he wants to participate, so I'm gonna call him tomorrow and see. We have the bounce houses confirmed, and the Lions Club is handling chili cook-off now. And I still have to go and talk with Brian Stanley to see if he wants to do the Texas Hold'em again.
Do we need any tents or anything from Rental Corral?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to get everything like 90% done with how many people we're gonna have set up before I start working on that. I know we will need the beer tent, wherever we're gonna set that up at.
This leads me to my next question. Liquor permit for the state of Ohio is different now because we're doing it in the street. So I need to know exactly where we're starting, where we're ending, where the beer consumption area is gonna be. We gotta get together and figure that out so I can plug that in. Everything else is done for the permit. Then once that's done, I can get the notification over to you and the mayor for a signature, and then we can get it paid for and it'll be approved, hopefully.
If you want to, I'll be free Saturday if you want. We'll go out and figure out something and we'll go on.
Sounds good. Except for Saturday, I'll be in West Virginia for a wedding.
Oh, okay, well, we got a little bit. Do you have a certain amount of, like, how much time do you need before the event?
I can meet you,
Before the
we'll
event.
talk after.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's about what I got for all of that. And then, of course, we have our fireworks.
That, was that paid in full yet, or is that, how's that,
Yeah.
you got done? Okay, cool.
We confirmed that in February, I believe.
Just wanted to confirm.
I'm gonna talk with the school, see if the marching band might wanna come out and do anything, and I'm gonna talk with the football, softball, all the coaches, see if any of them wanna set up the tables, and the Boy Scouts are still coming out to help with volunteer work and stuff. I also wanna talk to, I know this year's ending, but next year coming right in, if any of the seniors wanna get their volunteer hours out of the way early, if they wanna come and help since it's September 12th.
Chief, you started working on like a safety plan since it'll be in the roadway now. Gives people more of a, unfortunately, something we gotta think about.
It's actually going back to the way we used to do it, so.
I was just thinking, I know like Cleveland and stuff, they use dump trucks and stuff to block the roads.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that involved because we want the fire truck to be able to get up there if something does happen.
Right. But something to think about.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I just found out tonight that there may be a $500 grant that we can apply for through the county for community activities. So, that was at the regional planning committee, so they have 3 left.
Oh.
So I just found out about it tonight, so I'm gonna call Todd tomorrow and, get more information about it, so we might be able to get $500 towards our fund.
I have been speaking with a couple other, like Hawes Automall and stuff, they're pretty seeming like they're gonna donate, cash or monetary donation, and a couple other places that have been touch and go, so. It's been a busy 2 weeks with emails and phone calls, that's all I can say. That's all I got for Parks and Rec, I believe. Sam, you got anything?
I do not.
Newton Falls does like, I think donations and stuff for fireworks. Maybe we can get like an account set up. Or we have a Parks and Rec account. Maybe we can get like a QR code that links it and, you know, some way of.
Like a cash app.
Yes, you know, PayPal, Cash App, whatever, try and, you know,
For next
bring in
year.
some money to help with fireworks and costs and stuff for this.
For the plan, I can.
Do you know- Newton Falls, is it like a third party that sets up the QR codes?
What do you
Anybody
mean?
Or is it the
To
actual
collect
municipality?
Or just to do the QR code?
The
'Cause
QR
anybody
code.
can do a QR code.
Yeah, but we can't link our bank account to any of that stuff as the village,
Good question, I'll find that out.
that matter.
That's good. Okay. Anything else for Parks and Rec?
That's all I have.
All right. We're gonna come down this
Don't they need a motion to adjourn?
here. No.
I just write it down as you guys go into the
Okay.
other one.
All right, we'll call for committee of the whole, please. Or I'll make a motion to enter committee of the whole officially.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Steven,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Steven.
Yes. Prior request from guests to speak? Either of you two?
I have a question.
You have a question? Okay.
Go ahead.
Not to cause any fights or anything, but just asking, since the village now has a shipping container, are residents allowed to have decent shipping containers on their property?
That's a very good question.
That's a county thing. They're not allowed.
Well, that's a problem because we have 3 as a village and there are commercial properties in the village, there are residential properties in the village that all have them, so
That was a county thing.
just,
Am I right, Scott? County came in and told us to get rid of them.
We did it one time,
That was Brugman's.
Fragments and ours.
yeah.
we never, no, they didn't
We
tell us
weren't
to get rid of
allowed
ours.
to, we weren't allowed to put the
Correct.
Salt.
awning over it, yeah.
The
The
Quonset
containers were not deemed illegal. It's,
That is up
that's a zoning
to
thing.
jurisdiction,
Yeah.
because the townships, a lot of townships do not let them. Unless you are over 5 acres, then it becomes a state law that you are allowed to have.
That's why we have a solicitor asking that question.
I can look at our zone, do we have anything, does
Yeah,
I
anybody
don't
know?
think we have
It
anything
would
on
be a
zoning.
zoning
I
thing.
doubt it.
Yeah, I'd have to check the zoning ordinance and see
We
if we
can
have
check the
anything.
county.
And then, yeah, if I don't find anything on ours, I'll check the counties.
Yeah.
I'll have that for you next meeting.
There's no doubt at one point they told us we had to get rid of them. But when you look at it, the dugouts for baseball
Yeah.
and the press boxes, the
Yeah.
football field
You're
are.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 of them on
Yeah,
Wolf
yeah.
Road.
But that works.
Yeah.
They were there.
Now, the county made Brugman's get rid of them because there was a Quonset head over it,
Yes,
and it was being used for structural.
right.
And that was just,
Structural support.
yeah, that was just because he could not prove what was used in those containers over the life of its use. Whether it was caustic chemicals and stuff like that, from what I remember, because that's when Debbie was village administrator.
Right.
Yeah,
And
they-
And then we could not use the Quonset hut for our storage because the county had just told Brugman's that he couldn't have it.
Right.
So, did we sell that, by the way? We did sell it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Kwanzaa hut
Because
last
all the
year.
hardware
Yeah.
is sitting over in the street department garage.
It was sold.
There's, I think, 8 boxes over there. I was over there talking to Matt the other day. He opened up the box, he's like, what is this stuff? All the bolts and nuts, all the brackets.
You would think that would've went with it when we
You
sold it.
Yeah.
would think so, Scott.
Who would have bought it without the brackets?
We were told it was all together
Yeah.
on a pallet at the sewer department.
Yep.
That was when I first got here.
Well, I
Any users.
I thought we weren't allowed to use it because we couldn't say
Right.
what was in the
We-
containers, not just because we couldn't put
We
that over.
could have used that system for something else. We could not have used that system on the 2 containers at the sewer plant, because the 2 containers at the sewer plant did not have a certificate stating what was in them
Right.
for the lifespan of the containers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's
'Cause
why
we
Randy
were looking for
Roberts,
Salt.
Yeah, we
Right.
was using it for salt,
right,
and
Randy
they told
Roberts
us
would not
the
approve.
Same thing,
yeah.
which it was kinda silly, but they said you had to prove,
And have it tested or
yeah.
whatever it was. But we're using it for storage right now.
Yeah.
Good conversation starter.
Hey, Jen.
So-
All right, anybody else?
I'll get it for you.
Motion to approve April 13th, 2026 committee of the whole meetings? Minutes? I can't talk
Can I
today.
get a second?
Second.
Scott?
I don't see it. Is that here? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So yes.
We'll skip Stephen, who was not a member. Daniel?
Yes.
Samuel?
Yes.
Angela? David?
Yes.
Thank you.
Fiscal officer report as of 5/30/2026.
Excuse my voice. I'm not gonna do the expenditures and revenues, however, there was 315 POs done year to date. And going through the street project, what I learned is when the application was processed in 2024, approved in 2025, previous fiscal officers, did not put it in our UAN system as a fund. Anytime we received monies, like we did the water meter, there was a separate fund for that. There's not for the street department. So I had to call the auditor. We have a consultant that I talk to almost regularly. So we have to get 2 fund accounts. One's gonna be for the state pass of the grant. That grant's $147,000. And then the OPWC loan, which is $150,000. Those will be 2 separate funds. And then we will also add a 3rd fund because it is a street department project. Typically, those are done before you even get approval. I don't know what happened here nor there, doesn't matter, we just gotta move forward. So that's something I'm working on. It will get brought up in our audit next year, because we already approved this stuff without having a fund account number, and without me getting an amended certificate from the county. So I'm working on that as well. So next year's audit is definitely a ding already, but just so you know, it's not an easy process, but doing the best I can with that.
What did you say, 5 years to fix?
Typically, where we're at, the consultant said a solid 5 years to fix what has happened. Just a little backstory, there wasn't interest from 2023 put in the system. So there was unidentified monies And you can only go back so far before you go down a rabbit hole and never succeed to go forward, so we just start fresh.
Dean, I know you don't have these numbers on the top of your head right now, but could you check into it? What was our ending revenue for 2025?
I printed it for you, it's in your packet.
Okay.
So this is our certificate of total funds and available resources, expenditures and balances. I also, Scott, did print your 2 reports. They were in your mailbox.
Okay, I'm seeing it right here.
So, we, December 31st to January 1, tangibly brought over $2,146,911.26. Now, with appropriating things makes it look a little crazy, because however we have that tangible money, we also said, hey, we're gonna get $2 million in revenue from any account we chose, which is the budget that we passed prior. So when you look at your total available resources, like 4 million, we don't have 4 million in the bank, but that's because we're telling appropriations, we're saying we're gonna get 2 mil this year. It is confusing, I'm not the best at explaining it, but I'll do my best. If you have any questions, please let me know. Budget is going to be due July 15th, so you guys have to approve that. It's gonna get passed as an emergency because I just don't have the time. Also, with that being said, we gotta renew our insurance. PEP is up. We did, I think it was like 82,000 last year, which was like 22,000 from the year prior. I'm hoping it stays about the same, so I'll be working on that application too. So again, if there was any lawnmowers being sold, scrap things that are on our itemized list of being insured, I need to know those things.
It's almost like we need an inventory list.
I'm meeting Friday with sewer department. I'll meet with streets next week
Maintenance.
and maintenance and streets next week and the water department next week. So we can kind of iron some things out. It's something I've been complaining about for a year. Things happen, but we just gotta move forward, but we do need inventory.
What line should I look at to see revenue for 25 versus expenditure?
Do you have your 2 reports that were in your mailbox?
Is it the spreadsheet?
No, that's the one I just gave you. So I printed the 2 reports that you had requested for our
Okay,
expenditures and revenue for 2025. I'd put them in your mailbox.
okay, I just took my stuff out.
If not, I can get it before you leave today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. That's all I have.
Also, she is trying to pass her notary, so she has been very, very busy. So,
Yeah, I passed, I'll have my commission, they said 30 days before I get my stamp numbers.
and we're gonna ask Ashley to get her notary too, to have it available for the people in town, and Addie to get hers.
It can
What
be a
do we mean
service
by the
that,
people in town?
it can be a
For the
service that we
customers.
can provide.
Yeah, service.
I just don't wanna see it get out of control.
It doesn't.
You will learn very quickly when you take that class what you are and what you can and cannot do, and how your livelihood is on the line.
Oh, yeah.
No, I understand, I'm just saying like,
It would be, the village would charge for service at $5 a notary.
okay.
It wouldn't be Ashley notarizing something for a gain of Ashley, it would be the
Right,
village.
I'm just saying like, I don't wanna see it overwhelm our employees, the people
I get that, but
coming in for this or that. and-
But you
it's a
also have-
catch-22, you want them to come in to get that service and spike conversations, but you also, the person notarizing things needs to have a strict schedule and timeline too.
Yeah, you have to do that, but it does make a good service for the whole village to have that.
There's not a
Yeah.
business here in the village
Yeah,
that offers
There
that.
isn't. I had to go to Manaway to get a notary the other day.
You can come to Garrettsville.
Yeah, well,
Maybe even now.
You got an inside guy.
yeah, now I can't, now I know that.
We have,
I had to go to
5
Manaway.
notaries there. Yeah.
Alright.
See, we had 3 at the bank. Well, Middlefield has 1. And at a certain time, you can only go in there.
Guess
So-
you should go to Huntington.
I went from Stephen to notarize.
Any old business? Okay. See, council president's report. I have a couple things that I was gonna bring up. Not really a report, just questions, see what you guys' thoughts are on it. Seems like we have a huge problem with stray animals, mainly cats in our village. wondering what you guys think we should do, what we think is legal to do. I know a lot of people in the neighborhood feed these cats. They're not
I think
just
legally-
limited to what yard they're going in.
I think legally, the only thing you can do is call the game or
The Portage County Dog Warden?
That's,
Chief, do you have any insight?
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
I mean, we've had issues with them since I've been here. We
Yeah.
had one gentleman that used to pick them up, spade, neuter them, and take them to his house, and he's since passed away. So there's some shelters and stuff in Canton that'll take strays, but they take them far and few in between.
So do they come out, or can we live trap them? Like, what can we do?
that should be done under your own discretion in quiet.
What about feeding these animals knowing that they're strays?
There's nothing against that.
Can we make an ordinance here in the village?
I mean, I could look into it.
That'd be great.
I don't know if we have any anywhere else.
Okay. And
The
then
only
do,
thing it
I
says,
didn't see anything about stray cats.
No.
no, if they have, no, that's not it either. I'll have to look it up, but I know there's something where it says it has to be, any pet has to be contained.
Yes.
So if they're feeding them, there would be a question for the solicitor. If they are now considered a caretaker, is that their owner now? Because if they're feeding it and taking care of it, do they have to take responsibility of containing it?
There's
So
a
that
lot
would-
of, there's a lot of gray area there.
Yeah, I mean, that
But
would
at
be.
the end of the day, you know, we can sit here and say there's 87 cats that don't belong to anyone, and they're feral, and you're feeding them. The person that's feeding them is like, hey, I'm just being a nice person. Okay, what do you do?
Right, I know.
It's a catch 22, because then, what measures, where are we gonna find them? Do we have time to do those minimal
Right.
things right now?
We have to track each cat
And
and
what does
find
that
out where
look
they're
like?
going, and, yeah.
How would
it's-
we even prove that a certain somebody's feeding it and they just didn't get in the trash or
That's what I'm saying,
took their
you have to
outside
track the
food for
cat.
their own animals?
For me, I just don't think it's a rabbit hole to go down, but that's just me.
so that leads me to another one. Obviously, we had that skunk in the trap the other day that we rescued. Is there anything law-wise about trapping in the village?
You can hire a nuisance trapper, and they'll have they come with the permits to take care
No,
of
it's
it.
not about can we trap, it's can you set traps legally? And somebody did set
Not without
one.
permits.
Correct. So you
When
gotta have
it
a
comes to
permit.
trap, like, when you run a trap line during trapping season, you have to check every 24 hours.
Yes.
And you, don't get me wrong, you're talking about catching cats, so there's absolutely nothing.
Oh,
you
no,
can-
I'm just saying, like, there was a skunk that was in a.
Sure, but
What
in
kind
the
of trap was
summertime-
that?
What do you mean?
I seen it once, it was
In the
a
summer-
Snap dead trap.
the
Snap, what
claw.
kind, was it square?
No, no,
A
yeah,
conibear?
yeah,
It
square
was a
one.
conibear.
Conibear.
Okay.
Yeah, that
So,
would be.
by
illegal
law, a
in the
110
village.
conibear is the only thing you can set on land. Anything bigger than a 110 conibear is illegal to be on land, at least when I used to trap. Have they changed the laws? Highly doubt it,
I
but,
doubt it if you can, set those within a village.
so that,
Because if somebody were to step in one
Yes.
of those, or
that's a bad day.
Or a skunk gets in it, don't go off all the way, and it tracks it all the way along the back of the fire station, and we got residents calling.
Yeah, those,
It went into the
those are
baseball
powerful
dugout
traps.
as they were
Yeah.
playing
I trapped
baseball.
it for 2 years.
The skunk was very
That was
resilient.
after we took it out.
Yeah.
It sounds
Luckily-
like it was a small trap.
Well, no, it caught, when it set off, it caught, and it didn't close all the way. So it was just choking it for about 4 hours.
That's what they're designed to do, Dave. When you
Choke?
have- Yeah, when you have one big enough though, they don't move.
Yeah,
And you're supposed to stake them to the ground.
yeah, so, okay, maybe we can just put something out, no trapping wild animals.
Like the legal measures.
Yeah, you
Well,
could-
that
Conibear
trap in
Ox
particular
trap or
still is
something
not
like that.
Yeah, they
legal
make
to
live
have in a
traps.
public place.
That's what I'm saying, that's not a trap.
One of those in the
Yeah.
village.
So we don't,
Catch
we don't know where it came from, it could have been on
That's why
private
conibears
property.
aren't allowed
Yeah,
on land.
drug it.
Could've been
As
anywhere.
you go up,
Yeah.
So,
like a 160 is not
Um,
gonna kill
I
a
know,
dog,
it used
but
to
it'll
have,
hurt
used to
that.
have some under the
Go to
community
220,
building, but
330.
they have,
And
nobody's
settle
ever
a lot
complained
of
about that again, now
Well,
it's
Grass and
gravel.
beaver,
under the community building.
Grass grass in the
Put it beside
roads
the
and
water,
trash
yeah.
cans at the sidewalks, or the curbs. I'm getting a lot of people calling me, texting me, asking me about blowing grass in the roads and leaving their trash cans year round at the curbs.
The
We have
ordinance
2
for-
ordinances for it.
Yeah, so trash cans ordinances, they have to be put back by
6
6
feet,
PM.
Yep.
I'd have never seen it enforced. Like my neighbor puts theirs out and leaves it out all.
Well, I know Chief's enforced it before because we've talked about it. It just seems like we need to get back after it.
Who else would enforce that besides the chief?
I,
Like
all of
so.
the police department,
Zoning,
is it?
okay.
I mean, we can do it. We can knock on a door and send them a letter, but I don't know that's gonna go through the typical, I gotta look and see if it goes the typical site route, or if we gotta do a site through zoning.
I can do a courtesy announcement, through the alerts and on Livingwood Facebook and stuff about this, please make sure your trash cans are up by 6 PM the following trash day. And then,
The
after-
grass clippings is kind of annoying too, especially when you're running.
Those are motorcycle.
Well, that and storm drains, I know Matt's getting ready to start going around cleaning out storm drains and stuff. And the one he said we're probably gonna have, I think 2 of them, gonna have to call that truck in because they're so bad.
The one on Blanton and Wilburn has been taken care of by Dan and Robbie
Okay.
yesterday.
But that grass all piles up, and I know some properties that you literally just see them blowing it out right in the middle of the road, and no care.
I'll make like a courtesy
Yeah,
announcements for both of those, and then we'll start sending out the violations and fines for those.
We're gonna use the kids on the scooters to fly them.
There you go.
yeah.
Give them
The
something
ones
to
right
do.
down the middle of the
Put
street.
a little leaf blower on the side, a little bit.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay. I am going to start tomorrow with, the grass, the high grass. Even though there was rain again today, I'm gonna go around and check for high grass starting tomorrow.
There's a lot.
Deanne made us little doorknob things to put on the doors for the people to
Saving
get that
money.
instead of sending letters. That way they have it right now,
Yeah.
and they'll have 3 days.
Just got, we could put them on stakes
Yes.
and put them in the yards, so that they can't say they never got it, it wasn't hanging on the door, like,
No.
use bright colored, yeah, he just
Oh.
sent that to me. So that way you don't even have
How
to
much-
walk up to the house, you just put it on a little stake and put it in their yard,
Okay?
and it's bright, you can't miss it
Yeah.
going in.
Yellow.
Is it throwaway? Do we keep it? How much does it cost?
It's just a little piece of wood, so it's like a tomato stake, like, yeah, just, it's a little stake with the paper stapled to it. So we would be into wood, like, like molding or something.
I just did that thing on paper, and then I
Right.
bought those plastic door
Plastic.
hangers, so if it rains or something, their paper wouldn't get ruined.
Well, you got 3 days to mow it, so it only has to last for 3 days.
Yeah, but if these rain, could you imagine a door hanger, one downpour, the things down the road in the sewer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why we bought.
yeah, I
It
did
was
like
only
that
10
door.
bucks for 100 of those, and I printed it here for free. It's better than buying those door tags that we use for water that are $200 a bundle.
But yeah,
Thanks for bringing that up.
if we
Darn.
have any wood just, laying around, they just have to be small enough stakes to
Like
staple that paper to.
Shims that you put on the
Well,
door.
not even like a shim, like a 1.5 foot piece of wood, that's like a
Yeah.
little piece of molding,
Yeah,
and then just staple it,
yeah.
put it in the ground.
Okay, we,
Oh, so on that grass mowing,
okay.
Sam, you had some things you want to bring up about grass mowing.
We should really revisit how we budget for this and how we are doing it, because I still firmly believe that our own people should be doing this.
We cannot assess their taxes if it's our people doing it.
Yes, you can.
That's what I've always heard that.
So I think one
Right?
thing we've ran into though is, and we found this out through recent events, that maybe our solicitor's information and guidance wasn't the greatest. So I think we should consult with our new solicitor's
Okay.
firm to see if that is something that we can do. And I would like to see a breakdown, like you were talking, you can touch on that.
Like,
Is that something that they're gonna be able to do though?
well, that's just it.
Property that we have.
It's-
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
Another conversation as well. We are,
There's a lot of conversation behind this, we're just putting our toe in it right now. With that being said, just even how this is billed out, like, it's supposed to be expensive so it doesn't become a service, I understand that. But when people don't mow their grass, some of those people that don't mow their grass also probably don't pay their taxes. So then, the rest of the taxpayers,
A lien against the property for tax money.
It does,
so the
So
sheriff's
when they
department's
do
gonna pay us.
sell the house,
right.
the village should be reimbursed.
but that
Right.
could be 2, 3,
years.
4
Yeah.
years before they're
15,
delinquent
20
enough
years.
to constitute a sheriff's sale.
Yeah, we do that.
Now, the other thing is, currently, it seems like whatever wants to be charged gets charged for the grass lawn. Like double cut, or, this one we had to do 3 times, or something like that. I think we should have a standardized pricing sheet that the village comes up with to say, hey, this is what we're gonna charge you, to be not only fair to people mowing, but also fair to the residents, in essence.
I'm just saying that it needs to be,
You can't just be shooting from the hip on what you charge.
like, because I'm not a fan of how it's being billed at the moment. I don't like the fact that we pay up front, and I understand that don't have a large staff of individuals.
Right.
But, when it comes right down to it, if we hire a summer help person, I will not be able to understand why we can't mow all this grass.
If we're allowed. That's what we
Here's the
gotta
other
ask
thing
them.
I'd be concerned about, and this is just for you guys to consider, is workers' comp, and if they're gonna get hurt on that property, how does that become our
That would
problem?
go under the village then, if you're at work. Right?
I don't
Here's
know.
where it comes down to, is Garrisville does their mowing.
Yeah.
How do
Garrisville
you
mows
guys
all,
do
so
it?
it had to
Can you
go through solicitor. so-
When it happens.
Yeah, can you just
They
explain?
tell me, hey, go over here and mow that. And I drive the mower over there and I mow it.
How do you write that down for Donna to know?
From what I've discussed with her, they assess the taxes. Sounds pretty much the same, except for instead of paying a third party, the taxpayer's already paid me. So therefore, I am there to facilitate the need that,
I get that, I'm just
Done.
thinking of the back end work.
yeah, far as I know, it's the same, but not a third party.
Donna's really easy to talk to. as
So-
well, so.
We've been playing phone tag
Oh,
for 2
have you?
weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So with that being said, instead of paying it upfront,
Mhm.
when you get reimbursed, or when you get your assessed taxes,
It goes into that.
it
budget.
goes into whatever budget that you guys put it
I
in,
get you.
and there you go.
And it's staying within the village.
Right.
You'd have to hire probably 2 to 3 part-timers to do that.
I don't know.
But would it be more cost effective to pay them overtime on a Saturday to say, go out and
Oh.
spend 3 hours mowing? Would that be more cost effective for the village than paying a third party
We
or
only have
hiring another
one,
person?
If you
Full-time
pull the
mower.
bills from last year, I think I was told that $4,000 was paid to Jake guy last year.
yeah.
4,000, that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not somebody mowing every single week
No.
as a part-timer. That's, one guy probably taking care of 3, 4 lawns, and if you manage your time right, our villages and our lawns and lots are not that big. It's not like they're jumping on the brush hog and going and doing Leonard's property like we have in the past. That was a 5-acre lot that Jake's had to do in the past. So, how long does it really take to mow a lot in the new homes?
One thing you're gonna run into occasionally, I know Jake has, you get plates in the new homes
Yeah, you
that
get
hasn't been taken care of. There's bricks in the yard, there's
Yep.
Yeah.
metal bars. You're gonna take some time to,
Yeah, you gotta look at what you're doing before
Right.
you go do it
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, you can't just get up and mow.
Yeah, you can't just not have common sense, just pull in and just start mowing. You gotta walk the property, look at it,
Yeah,
and evaluate the situation.
yeah,
But also, if it's that high, you probably should be weed eating.
yeah. Brush hog it.
So, it's just a conversation that we need to, really look into
With
because
the solicitor,
we can't just be
we'll ask him next
forking
Thursday.
it out and not having any rhyme or reason why either. You look at the bills and it just seems like, well, this one was this and then this one was that, and
Yeah, it should be,
it should be standardized.
yes. And the rate should be high enough to where
It
somebody
discourages.
They
should,
don't wanna do it.
right,
Right.
So then why not for next month's meeting discussion, somebody make a standardized price list regardless of whether the village is gonna do it or we hire a third person.
And
And
I'd
so
be
that
on-
way you have that done
I'd be
for
on board
whatever's
with an idea
decided.
like that, like, we make the price, and if you wanna do it, here's what you get paid.
So who's gonna do it though? That's
Yeah,
what I'm asking.
that's it. There is 1,000 fly-by-night landscaping
No,
crews
who's
out
gonna
there.
make the list, the price?
Oh, I don't know, I think it's a great idea, I'll do some research, and if you want a list, I'll find a list.
That's what I'm asking, like, we're discussing it, so allow one person say, I'm gonna make that list with those prices and I'm gonna present it to council. Are you
Okay.
volunteering for that?
would be probably
Sure.
easy just
Okay.
to get hold of our guy that's cutting it right now and just say, how do you
Yep,
determine, first of all, what you charge?
exactly.
But you also have to take into consideration, like right now, how high the grass is. So you're gonna cut it once, and then you're gonna have to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
2 cuttings in one setting.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
how would you,
Yeah.
tell an individual that that's his business to do this, what he can set as a price?
Well, that's why I think you get hold of Jake and say,
How about I call a couple different landscaping
Okay.
companies?
Yeah.
Oh, if you
Yeah.
want me, I'll call
Yeah.
Jake too.
Yeah,
yeah, and get a schedule of what,
okay,
how they, come up with whatever price they got.
you're the street guy.
But we should make sure it is not, it's gonna be on the high end.
Oh, it'll be
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what, if it's cheap, a lot of people are gonna be going,
It needs to be a deterrent.
Yeah.
right, otherwise, we just become a lawn service.
Right.
And we can't afford that. We don't have the equipment to do that.
No, it's wear and tear on your equipment and everything else, yeah.
Okay, the garage sale, I saw the, sign that went out, it's for this weekend also. It's just gonna, if anybody wants to have a garage sale, they can do it. Cause I thought the last meeting, we've kind of.
We're gonna do a different time, but.
Yeah.
I seen it.
I wasn't here, so.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
okay,
know,
the
I
rest
know.
of that.
that's my fault for not getting you the notes.
Fire open house is this weekend, 12 to 2, or 12 to 4.
Which I seen the cones go up, they're recutting the car up, so you
Yeah,
guys wanna see some
yeah.
education going on.
Kids cleanup is next Friday, the 22nd, from 11:30 to 2. We are meeting with the staff on Tuesday for a staff meeting at 9:30, so they can give me exactly what they want done for the kids to do. So I have a schedule, I can give it to the teacher, so she will put the kids where they're needed to be. We do not need to, paint the dugouts at the park. I talked to Travis, he said not this year, but maybe next year. Cause they look okay, he said, so we don't have to worry about that. What else do I have? The culvert on Horn Road, where that recycling truck went into the ditch.
Oh, yeah.
I have called twice to this Republic.
Mhm.
I've talked to the guy that was doing the ditch, getting the diesel out of the ditch. I've talked to him. He was supposed to turn it in. The neighbor across the street, Hickman's, have called. I emailed them yesterday. We want the culvert fixed.
Yes,
And
I think the next person that.
is the solicitor is going to send the letter. Yeah,
Because they're not gonna come and fix it.
yeah. Matt said he could do something, but it's not his job to do that. It's theirs. Yeah. You sent me a text the other, dumpsters for tires? What was that?
Oh, I had an email from an individual, that's another thing. Is there any way on the website to almost require like at least a name?
I know, I
These
get
emails
calls.
come through and I reply to them and I don't know who I'm replying, which I
So
don't
if
mind
you hit
doing.
reply, their email address comes up automatically.
Yeah, but if it says consulting101@gmail.com, hi consulting, how are you today? Like, I don't even have somebody to address to. But they sent an
We'll look
email,
into that.
I responded and advised them that we did have our cleanup in April, that we did have a dumpster for the tires at that. And I did a little Googling, found that Portage County Recycling takes up to 10 per household at a cost of 50 cents per tire. Unless it's a farm tire, then it's $1. So I forwarded that over to them, told them all that information. I haven't heard anything back.
Okay, that's what it was.
Per year.
Yeah.
Is there a flyer you can share with us that we can also share?
Yeah, I just found out. I'll send it to you.
I think that's all I have. Oh, no, we have, Deanna and I met with a couple, I believe they live in Howland, I'm not
That's what he-
positive,
yeah,
but
that's
they're
what he
all
said.
over the eastern Ohio. They, their sons are wanting to open a dispensary and a vaping shop in Windham. They were looking at the old bank.
Mhm.
That's between Mr. Sowinski and them right now with the price.
Mhm.
And somebody else is wanting the bank too, so Mr. Sowinski's dealing with that. They seem like legitimate, owners. It's for their sons. They have all kinds of gas stations all over northeast Ohio. They have it in Orwell. They have vape shops everywhere around. They have grocery stores. They have malls. They have strip malls. So he gave us his wife's phone number and everything, and he'll let us know more about that later down the road.
We looked at the restaurant as well in conversation, let them know that that was up for sale. They have condos too. Seems like the family as a whole invest in things. So I think it's good to have them in our pocket regardless which way it goes.
Yeah,
The one in Orwell, he said he opened at January 1st and it's blowing numbers out the water and there's no highways or anything in Orwell.
Mhm.
But it was really good conversation. I think it fired me and Mayor up about what we can still do
Yeah.
in this town.
yeah.
He did give us a lot of grief though about that plaza.
Oh, we
Literally.
did.
I was like kind of embarrassed to be honest with you, and all I could say is there's been turnover. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That we allowed that plaza to get in shape, and it is. But there's not really a whole lot we can do until we just start putting our foot down. Solicitor has to do something.
Yeah, it's, at some point, you're gonna just say you're gonna spend some money.
Mhm.
The problem is, he's got a lot deeper pockets than we do.
Yeah, he,
Now, whether he just wants, is he willing to go through that pain
yeah,
or not?
well, the guy reached out to him and called him, and they haven't called him back because he looked at buying the plaza as well.
yeah, but he says it's in terrible shape, it'd take a
Oh,
lot
it
to
is.
get it,
It was in
It's
terrible
almost the
shape when
point
the
it
roof
has to be
on.
raised
Yeah.
now.
yeah.
When Sparkle was in there, it was in terrible shape.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's, you know, when things go this long without anybody occupying it.
Also, tomorrow I have to go to the title bureau to sign paperwork for the 2 lots or the 4 lots that we sold. So that'll be tomorrow, and then they should be ready to go to replat them,
Awesome.
okay? I'll bring paperwork back for you.
Okay.
That's it?
Alrighty, utilities, Angela?
There's been some back and forth with, Evaqua and Xylem about buying these filters. We're still having issues, a little bit of issues. I know why, and I'll discuss that later, but, I think Deanne's on the right pace with the people that they're talking to
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah,
So,
I got the
I won't
emails.
go into detail about that. But Deanne also told me that, Matt and Andrew knocked down a beaver dam.
Yes?
So that way her
They did.
yard wasn't flooding. She showed me the pictures, it's pretty cool.
They
Whose yard?
were soaking wet.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was out by the,
What is it at our
The easement.
well drive?
Yes.
The easement
Yes.
road was all
Tyler used to trap
water.
beavers out there
Oh.
when he was working.
They said it was like 3.5 foot tall.
Yeah. That's always been a problem out there.
We also sent them to get new boots and
yeah.
water
They were
bullets.
soaked. They had
Really?
waders that had
Yes.
holes in them.
Boots?
Boots,
Oh,
mud boots.
which
Really?
brings, it does ask me a question,
Huh.
do we still have money on that PEP grant for some of their,
I'm applying for a new one,
Okay.
so we'll get $1,000.
okay.
That's pretty good, I can't even get a t-shirt yet.
I'm working
Who
on
did you
that.
talk to?
Dan, I don't even have a t-shirt.
It wasn't
We have to
me.
get a t-shirt, Steve.
I'm working on that. You know,
He's
That's
supposed to
what you
give
said
us.
last time I was
Now
here.
listen, I do have something on the whole t-shirt. front. John, our officer, his wife has a whole t-shirt,
Business?
just everything, I guess. I was talking to him the other day, he's like, she's got the screen printing presses and everything. So
Wow.
you might have to push until he does it.
Tons of papers.
Yeah.
But he's got the stuff, I don't know if they'll do it, I'm just saying, he's got the stuff. He told me the other day, my eyes lit up, it's like, oh.
Where did they get the Windham t-shirts? You
I
know.
think there's only 2 employees left that we
It
can
was way
ask.
before my time.
Where did
Yeah,
they, where did they
yeah,
get them?
really. Huh?
Where did they get them?
Yeah,
In Warren, where we get our t-shirts for the night out.
where's that?
Mahoning Valley printing. But Andrews are vinyl, not screen print. Andrews are vinyl, not screen.
No, it must be, yeah, they're, I forget the name of the other one.
There's multiple.
We haven't got them.
There is, I think
We
we were
can
just
look
waiting
at
on
different
different
places,
quotes before we did
Yeah.
a bulk order. The best thing is to do a
Right.
bulk order for all staff.
And it's kinda hard when there's only
All right.
one person doing the stuff.
Maybe I'll get one.
I'm trying.
Are you really trying?
Who would have thought trying to pick out shirts, t-shirts, polos and stuff like that would be,
So hard.
yeah, because you got a lot of people involved. What do you want? What kind do you wear? What kind do you wear?
You don't
It
get
can
it.
be one
Yeah,
standard thing, if you
it's
don't like it,
standard.
tough.
It's standard.
T-shirts, sweatshirts, that's what you
Yeah,
get.
a
Yeah.
hoodie. I want a hoodie.
He's spoiled.
I'll have it.
I don't think so.
Anything else for utilities?
They got the sewer hookup on 303, I think we might have talked about that the last time. Dan, you guys hooked up the sewer hookup to the house that's being built on 303 there?
Yep,
And the water hasn't been done yet,
well,
but,
it's on Horn Road, actually.
oh, well. you
Is
take
that where
it.
their driveway will be, Horn Road? Like that's their
No,
actual
the
address?
driveway's gonna be on East Center.
Choices?
Well, since we're on utility, you got anything else?
No, go ahead. no.
Since we're on utilities, you wanna go real quick, Dan?
Okay, we finally got our chlorine working right, I think. We're feeding chlorine now, and we're getting test results, so, the first 2 samples that we took in were sky high, so we're gonna have a violation for the month. But I'll explain that to the EPA. But I think we're on the right track there. I got a call from a woman with PAF excavating, on the property across from the police station, I think, 9006 Maple Grove.
Okay.
They wanted to know what the tie-in fee was and
Oh.
where they gotta go, so I'll get back with her. I told her I'd get back with her by Friday.
That's Stephanie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just have her call Marie.
What's
Marie
that?
usually handles the tie-in.
Yeah, I know. I got a paper from Marie
Oh,
that
okay.
tells me what the fees are. And, I just gotta let them know they're gonna have to go across the street to tie in. That's where I saw the manholes, so they're either gonna have to bore underneath the street or cut across it.
Didn't they just lay new pipe down on, under the sidewalk on that other
Yeah,
side?
'cause
That's
they put
water
new
line.
Well, I don't
hydrants.
know.
Was that water?
Pretty sure that was water line project.
It
All the
might
way
be.
through the Maple Road.
On that one whole
It
side.
might
where
just
we
be
did
water
it.
line.
That was one.
That was one.
Water.
Yeah.
I know I went out and I checked manhole for manholes, and there's one right there in front of the police department,
Yeah.
so. Other than that, that's
So does the
all we
school
got.
go under the road too?
What's that?
Does the school go under the road too then?
I don't know where theirs goes. I haven't looked at any maps yet. The maps we got are ancient,
Yeah.
so,
See the ones in your office.
I'm getting new ones from the planning commission.
No, they're from the
Distribution
town,
lines.
water.
They have them.
Oh,
There's maps in my office
We've
that
got
I can, that we
blueprints.
found in the garage, I
In
think.
the waste, in the community center on the floor.
If we need updated ones, we can get them from the planning commission.
Yeah,
the
we might
regional.
Yeah.
definitely wanna do that.
We,
Um,
and I will talk about that more.
also for
I did it
Deanne,
for years.
I got a call from Mustin.
It's all taken care of.
Okay.
They said,
By
the
design.
pipe was more expensive than what we initially put on the PO.
But
So they sent me a new quote.
to
Oh,
show
okay, well,
where it
he
is.
told me something about he needed our tax
Tax
exempt
exempt, yep,
number.
I already sent that over.
Who was
Okay.
that from?
And we'll go and pick that up.
Mustang, it's a distributor that he's buying items from for
Oh,
sewer.
okay, I was like,
Yeah, they're a new vendor, so you gotta go through a whole process.
Right.
anything else, Danny?
Yeah, I got chief about it.
Supposedly Butch is working on that part for the commuter. I gotta get back with him on that and check with him. He said he was gonna be home for about 3 weeks and he'd go ahead and take care of
That's
it.
your window.
But, yeah. I'll give him a call back tomorrow and find out where he's at on it.
This could be it.
Cool. Finance, Stephen, do you have anything?
Actually, yeah, I do.
Wonderful.
So I reached out to Chalkers about, we briefly talked about selling some of that old equipment and
oh,
whatnot.
yeah.
And he said all we gotta do
That's
is
not a good
fill out the consignment forms and then
But
let him know
Sam.
where.
Are you listening?
sorry.
Chalkers, about the equipment that you wanted to,
Mhm.
yeah, I reached out to Jason and, we just gotta fill out the consignment forms and then let him know how we want the checks made out and where to send them.
Sounds pretty simple.
It does until you go to the ordinance. We gotta make sure that our ordinance covers
Yes, we'll have to.
live auctions like that.
Yes, we'll have to.
So we have to look at the ordinance to make sure that it covers it,
They all have
so.
That's all.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably have to do that, like,
But I think,
change it.
I'm pretty sure the ordinance says anything over 500 has to go to auction. I don't know if it says specifically gov deals.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't specify, then we can go. If not, then we'll just have to change the language in the ordinance and update it
Mhm.
that way.
One other thing on the utilities,
So we can't go back.
He's messing with me.
we have to get stream samples at Eagle Creek by the arsenal there. There's a railroad bridge back there.
Mhm.
Used to fish at it there as a kid.
That's a long walk
Yes, it is.
back there. We need to get access so that we can take a utility vehicle back there or something, so that we can get our samples. We walked back there, it was 20, 30 minutes walk back there.
You must not know the
They've got a
shortcuts.
couple of stones set back there, a couple of boulders set back there. If those were out of the way, we could have access to it. Maybe we can get them to put up a gate there or something, so we can get access back there. I've got a four-wheeler that I could drive all the way back there with my four-wheeler.
There's a shortcut.
Where?
I'll talk to you after.
Yeah, there's shortcuts.
I looked for one and I couldn't find one.
There it is.
Now, the only thing is, that is US government property. So we probably have to,
Get permission.
yeah, but also going through there, that's Harbison Walker property to get to that. So
Okay.
I would just recommend talking to somebody over there as well.
No, there is another way to get there, but that's down by the high school.
Yeah, that's a long way. You're going way too far out.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways to just through those woods you can get there. But yeah,
That's off camera.
we can get that taken care of. for you.
Yeah, I guess.
There's a way.
Talk to chief.
Stephen, do you have anything else for finance?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. Safety personnel rules, that's me. see, we have executive sessions, so I'll make a motion to go into executive session per Ohio Revised Code 121 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation, and/or investigation of a public employee or official. Can I get a second?
Second.
Scott,
Sure.
Steven,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yeah.
Angela,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
6:55.
What was
I don't have to do a roll call.
All right, service committee, Sam?
What I wanted to talk about, we already talked about, it was the lawn mowing
And Chalkers.
and chalkers.
Cool. Scott, economic?
Really, I don't have anything. I'm gonna get hold with the mayor and maybe I can get the number to get hold of the person that's interested in the dispenser. And I'll stay on top of that. It looks like this guy is an investor, so if we can get him interested in the village.
His sons are, putting in an application for the license.
Yeah, they have to
So
put
they
an
have to go through that
application through
first.
Ohio
Okay,
first to
yeah.
get a license to
Yeah.
even.
You gotta go through the
open.
Ohio.
Now, when the mayor told me the other day about this, does anybody in this room remember when Chris Dyer started that whole process? What exactly, this is a good question maybe for you. I asked her to ask you to call Chris about it. What steps we went to? Because it was a couple years ago. She started the whole process. I can't remember if we just changed like zoning, so that way it was in our zoning to allow it. Because we didn't have a said property yet that was purchased and ready. I thought we just took care of the zoning
The
side. of it.
question is gonna be with that bank. How proximate is that to the school?
Don't even get me
Right.
started on that.
No, that's
That you
not.
have to have a certain amount of distance between the
500
two. I don't know
I
what
do
the-
remember reading
500.
something about
Huh?
the dispensary.
But there's
have
also
ordinance.
not supposed to have a rehabilitation center within
Passed an
1,500
ordinance.
straight linear feet from a
Yes,
school,
there
and
is
they're
an
only
ordinance in the
453,
book about it.
so.
I don't
I did
remember
look
where
that
it's
up
at.
on ORC and there was nothing about that.
Mm,
Not the school, but
No.
New Hope and possibility of across the street.
Yeah, she checked that out.
There was nothing.
We did this all when they were looking at it the first time.
The
And
ordinance-
I thought there was an ordinance passed.
There
for the
was,
dispensary.
Mayor, I sent it to Mayor, I didn't print it out.
Yeah,
There was
we
an
have the
ordinance in
ordinance.
2024 that was passed
Yeah,
before my time.
Yeah, because that kind, if it's a legit dispensary, not just some vape shop, a legit dispensary, the amount of traffic we're gonna have in this town is gonna be astronomical.
What was Ravenna's numbers? I think they said $435,000.
No, it's a legit dispensary,
okay.
but they will have a vape shop as well. He showed us pictures of the one in Orwell.
I think it's a great idea.
And that was his pitch is, we put this dispensary here, it's gonna bring everybody around you to this town, so therefore you guys
But give
have
them
enough
something to
revenue to
shop
open
at
a
while you're
grocery
here.
store and
Yeah.
open a food service. That was his pitch to us.
Right,
yeah.
yeah, not just Circle K.
Yes, David.
Last year, Ravenna reported $435, I think, $1,000 in revenue from theirs,
That's
right there
surprising.
by the Circle K.
I think with Chris, when she had it, I think it was trying to use the old,
Yeah, they were
Arby's.
doing,
That's the one that they wanted, right?
correct.
But it took so long for us to get the paperwork and done, they went somewhere else.
Okay. Planning Commission, Mayor?
No, we don't have anything until they want to replat those 4 lots.
Chief, Police?
We had, work come through today, we had the pre-K kids come through, it was, very nice, we gave them each an ID card with their name, date of birth, and a fingerprint on it to give to the parents in case they need it in the future. It's something that I'd like to expand to maybe some more of the, elementary school kids as it goes along. Yeah. So, we did that, the cameras, we're getting, when we can get somebody out and we're not busy, we're getting quite a few sites every day, some between 50 and 100. So that's picking up, the impound lot is very busy, so everything's going well.
You said you were gonna start targeting a couple more cars each week or whatever to try and
So
get 'em?
we've had a little bit of a snag as far as getting titles for the cars that we have had sitting there for a while. It's just us learning the process, which I figured would take a little while. So we should be getting titles for 4 of the cars by the end of this week.
Nice.
Does that go into auction? Is any of them salvageable to keep in the village for use, or are they going to scrap?
So we're probably gonna have to put a couple out for auction just because of the style of vehicle. They're not running, they're not really nice cars, but we gotta use the Kelly Blue Book price by the title bureau. And they're listing some of these cars at price more than $500, $499. So we're gonna have to put it on there, but we can let we don't have to set a minimum bid. So if they go on there and they sell for $250, then, I mean, we'll set it for what we have into it and go from there. So I think 3 of them we're gonna be able to, 1 we should be able to sell, and the other 2 we'll probably scrap.
That was my question.
Well, I talked to you about that camper that where Bregman was, it's still sitting in the back
Yes.
there. That
So-
property is Nick's,
Yes, it is.
So,
it's not the church.
No,
are
no,
we
no, no.
looking to get rid of the camper? Or?
Well,
Whose
it's,
camper is it?
Because,
Belonged to, Michael Honecker,
oh,
and he's currently incarcerated.
yeah,
So I don't know if he got permission from the current renter of the property, because I was told that that was a thing, that the Lamberts knew and okayed it for to be there.
it was there when Keith was there.
I know. But Honecker was not incarcerated at the time, and I
Yeah,
think he
no.
made a deal with Lambert,
be a letter.
don't know.
So, in regards to campers, we have camper at Hirschberger's property, and that does not have enough frontage to even have a house on it. So remember Stacy came in, she was complaining about it. It looks like a junkyard over there, there's a shed, there's trucks, there's campers.
It's not a motor vehicle.
So could that fall under zoning then?
It's a zoning issue, and there was a case open on it 3 years ago, and it has never, we haven't had somebody long enough to follow through on it.
Well, we got the woman now,
Smack, maybe. Get her done.
directly across the street from Dr. Peng's, Park Avenue.
The one I was
Camden.
talking about behind the twin
I was
pillars.
like, I gotta give me a.
Oh, okay, I'm,
Yeah, he's got a 50-foot wide easement that goes through there, and shouldn't
Oh,
have any of
yeah.
that stuff on it.
He's got cars, vehicles, bikes, shed there now. You
Does he
can't have
live
any
there?
of that because you don't have a house on it, so you can't have
What's
any of
that?
that.
Does he
stuff.
live there?
He
That's
stays
up for
there
debate.
from time to time, but never long enough for us to catch him.
I see.
There's no septic, there's no water, there's no electric,
So he lives in the shed?
don't know. That's up
Got a
for
camper.
oh, that's
He
the
doesn't have a
one next to
bathroom.
the duplex?
Yep.
Oh, cause they were,
Because the way it is, it goes like this, over, along the turnpike, and then the property is actually like where our wells are, and then there's another entrance, I believe, off of Bright Road.
So there's not enough, okay,
There's not enough frontage.
alright, I will.
He might be able to make a driveway go all the way back to a property somewhere else,
It's
but
like
he
a
can't.
driveway, you just can't have it in the village.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get started looking into that. You said there's an open case now, or there was?
There was, I don't know if you talked to the previous Nick Bellis. He had one open on it. I'm sure, I'll give you his number, because he would explain to you what he had going with it.
yeah, I think something about, he went there and you couldn't stay in the camper. And the neighbors told him he stays there with them, and he just uses that. Cause Stacy, yeah, she had
He's still not
problems
allowed
with
to
it.
have any of that there.
Just like that.
It's not wide enough.
Mary, zoning and housing.
Okay, so for zoning, I have a couple of things. So first, good news is I went to the Regional Planning Commission meeting tonight, and it was pretty informative, just meeting people, talking to different people. I did find out about that grant for the community event. I looked it up while you guys were in executive. It's called Celebrate Portage. There's 3 $500 grants available, and Ravenna and Ritztown Township have been approved for one each for all-inclusive community events. That's what Fun in the Sun is. So,
Yeah.
I think we should apply for that. and that's through the Works program. We also have, I met with Todd last Friday. We have 60 hours. That's what our membership gives to us, is 60 hour, well, 30 hours per year. And we're allowed to roll over 1 year per year. So we haven't used anything in 2 years. So we have 60 hours worth of stuff that we can get from them. So I've asked for maps. So they're giving me the big maps that are like in Marie's office.
Nice.
They're giving me the entire village, and it's probably gonna be broken up into 2 or 3 of them. So we'll have to get frames and stuff to hang them up, and they're gonna have addresses and the plot numbers on them.
Oh, good.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
those will be in the office once I get them. Talk to him again tonight just to reiterate, and the guy is named Al that is gonna be doing those. If we need help with ordinances, they will help us write ordinances. So instead of going to the solicitor
Yeah,
and having to pay for it, we have 60 hours.
Yeah.
Might as well get it done. If we have any questions, go to them instead of getting, use them. They do have a really good resource. He's sending over our plan. It's usually done every 10 years. I don't remember when he said ours was done, but they cost $25,000, and it's a community plan. So they give,
Land use.
yeah, land use plan. So I don't know when our last one was done, but I know we don't have the money to get another one done. I'm not even proposing that. But he's sending it over to me because I couldn't find a copy of it in the office,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna start.
We got it.
You have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
Well, I don't think we're due, I think that was in what,
I'll be right back.
2019, I think?
20
Yeah,
or
that sounds
21?
about right.
Okay,
2019, I think.
okay, so I'm gonna go
21
through it,
due.
and he said
It's
he'll.
pretty big.
Yeah, he said it's really big. So I'm gonna go through it and see what they've proposed and what we can work on and on all that stuff. So that's something that if we all wanna take a gander at in our free time,
I
you know,
think
just,
she got a copy for each one, was didn't you?
okay, well, he
Except
said
I don't know.
he's gonna email me one for that.
Okay.
So, great resource, like, I'm like so excited.
they're
And the
awesome,
meeting
and
is-
really nice too, the people are really nice.
Yeah, and he said that he could put together a plan for us that we could put on our website with drone work and just really highlight our town on the good stuff, to put on our website or put on Facebook, wherever we wanna use it. Now, I don't know how much that costs, cause I don't know how involved we wanna get with that, but we can use them to put those kind of presentations together for us. So,
2019.
thank you.
I thought you were going to
That was
ask.
20.
So, if that's something that we're interested in doing, let me know and I'll get together with him and we can talk about what kind of presentation we'd love to put on our website and promote us.
Right, and let me know what the price is, because there's a gentleman that works with Hopetown over there
Mm-hmm.
that does drone work also.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he does, it's really cool.
Okay, they just put one up for Ravenna Ravenna Township. And he was showing me, you can click on interactive maps.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, it's fabulous. So, that would be part of our next land use when we do it.
Right.
But he can do smaller stuff for us.
Right.
So if we're interested, let me know and I'll get with him and we'll discuss hours and price and all that. So moving on from that, there are 2 ordinances that I would like to address, to amend or change, however we wanna do it. So the first one is the chickens and poultry in village. We have one that if you have an acre of land or 0.9 acres, you can have poultry in your, but they cannot be loose. They have to be contained. So we have a gentleman right now that has some loose chickens that we need to make sure that they are contained, and I did find the ordinance on that. So that's what I printed out. So I know we've had a couple calls that the neighbors are complaining about it, so I'm going to send him a letter with the ordinance stating they have to be contained.
I did leave a voicemail on his phone
Okay.
about that.
I'm gonna make it official with the letter and the ordinance, and it's 505.1, or no, I'm sorry, it's 505.01. I highlighted mine. It's
One.
Sorry, I got too many papers. So it's 505.1, it's A.
How did you get details of that? I did. Oh, I did. Sorry.
So it's in the very
Papers.
top, the A,
Yeah.
or fowl or animal shall permit them to run at large upon any public place or upon any unenclosed lands or upon the premises of another. And these chickens are running into the neighbors.
Yeah,
So-
I will follow up with her tomorrow too to see if they put them up.
Okay, so I will send him a letter, a courtesy notice as now, to give him time to get them enclosed, and if not, then, yes, David?
So is it 505, does that fall under the police department to enforce?
I don't know, I didn't check that.
Just because if there was a dog running loose, it wouldn't be Mary going out there
Right,
telling them, hey, your dog's loose.
okay, you're right, you're right.
I just wanna, I gotta be firm with you, just like
You're
I
right,
have
nope,
with the
yep,
others.
nope, that's good, so,
Sorry, chief.
No, that's right.
that's,
You
there.
go chase the chickens.
I want
That's
to.
good. Well, then I don't know if I can do this ordinance as well, but I'm gonna bring it up to your attention if you guys wanna change it.
Okay,
There, is some property that was bought that person that bought it wants to put cattle. And
How many?
he does not have a number yet.
Is there gonna be a barn?
Yes,
Oh, they'll have to do that.
yes, it has,
Well,
that's in zoning. That is.
The
in zoning.
logic of some people doesn't.
But the neighbors, I've had a couple people come to me and said, we don't want this. So I'm looking, because it's in the middle of in the village, and they don't want cattle in the middle of
How many
village.
acres?
18.
And you only have to
No.
have 5 at the current ordinance. So, this is just, I'm throwing this out to council. As it says right now, they can have them, in a minimum of 5 acres of land, and there is no number, minimum or maximum. So, even if it's recommended you only have 1 cow per acre, and he brings out 25 cows, we don't have a minimum or maximum number. So, and again, with the chickens as well, there's no minimum or maximum number of how many chickens you're allowed to have. So, I think there should be amendments at least to a minimum or at least a maximum number of, that you're allowed to have per acreage. And if we even wanna allow livestock in village limits.
now I will say, when we did the livestock, because chickens and poultry and stuff like that went to a vote. And the village people voted yes.
Okay?
Well, village residents, sorry, Scott. That was under, when you were, before my time, because I know there was several people that was very against it. And I can understand why. I do know that there are residents that have, therapy dogs and stuff like that, like Bob. But,
Well, this is, I'm not talking like just one. If this person brings in 10 cows in that backyard, or in their yard, it's,
so it's a catch-22.
it is.
Like Sam
So-
said earlier, if they wanted to keep cows from being in their backyard, they should have bought the property. On the flip
If
side,
you like the view, buy the view.
on the flip side, not everybody wants cows in their backyard, but you also live in the village of Windham and not Bainbridge, Chardon,
I
Aurora,
understand.
Solon.
I'm just bringing it to your attention, but I do recommend putting a maximum number.
Yeah.
So, if you have an acre of land, you can't have more than 10 chickens, or 15 chickens, or 20, however many number you wanna put. If you have livestock, you can only have so many per acre.
I can
Just-
agree with that.
Can you look
And
at other, communities and see what they're,
No, I haven't, cause,
No.
that's unusual type.
yeah, I
thing.
mean, like,
I'm sure it's out there. I was in Champion, downtown Champion. And guy had a bunch of cattle, right downtown Champion. Yeah.
Oh, understood.
so, just, I
Yeah.
would recommend at least putting a maximum number of
Per acre, yeah.
per acre of poultry and livestock.
Now, I also say we should look into, if we can, since they voted for it. Just because, I don't wanna put limits on these things after the residents voted in favor of having those animals and stuff on 21 or 1 acre or more. So I'd like to make sure that, I guess it'd be a solicitor question, since they did go to the polls and voted on it, can we amend it?
Well, because you're not telling them, no, they can't have them, but you're just, to make safe living conditions, if the agricultural department says each cow or livestock pig needs to have this much
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
to
That's probably
live
the problem.
viably, this is what the limit is. Because that's not saying you can't have them, that's just saying you can't have more than the recommended amount from the agricultural department. Or if you have 20 chickens, you have to have this much square
I
footage.
I
And so-
understand, I just wanna make sure it's legal.
Why wasn't it added when this all happened?
Good question.
Cause they were just thinking about chickens, they weren't talking about cows.
Right.
And
Right,
we
like-
could say cows, but we could also say hog farm. I mean, they
Right,
could
I
come
mean,
in and
this-
have a full-blown hog
Right,
farm.
this
verbiage in there for
livestock
each one.
says, you know, cows,
Oh, there is.
sheep, pigs,
Yeah,
I mean,
over
like,
5 acres, there's no limit.
Right.
that's what
That's
I'm
what
There's
saying.
also no ordinance that says you can't have one.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just cattle. It could be swine, it could be
Right, there's
Could be
anything in here, it's all in here,
anything.
yeah,
But I think
so-
that was part of the purchase.
There would be
that
ordinances
why
against
they bought
noxious
it.
odors.
Because
Yeah.
they didn't buy it from the village.
They bought-
No,
Yeah, no,
But there was agreement, there was talk, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
There's
agreement
right there.
between the realtor, the,
It has nothing
old
to do with it.
zoning
Because-
inspector and the buyers, not the
Right.
village of Windham.
right, and he doesn't have anything out there now, so he can't say he's grandfathered in. Like, if we don't pass it before those animals are moved in,
Yeah.
Can't do it.
he can ask about to be grandfathered in. So if you're thinking of changing that ordinance, I recommend next meeting, like, this is our
We have to do
discussion,
some
and
research then to figure out
Mhm.
what
Got a lot of
is-
work for next month. and next
I don't
week.
know if that, now, because you brought it up, it's under a 505. It's not under, so.
And I might be wrong, but
Right,
I've never gotten a straight answer on, can zoning and housing cover section 5 or section 3?
so who would we ask about that?
I
The
guess a
solicitor?
solicitor, because when Sheila was still here, I asked her those questions, and then at the
So
end.
there is overlap where law enforcement and zoning do enforce laws and through the prosecutor's office. So I'll call the prosecutor and find out.
We get a
what the
legal
general-
opinion and it's on paper and it's
I'll-
somewhere
I'll-
that we can fall
I'll
back
call
on
the
it.
prosecutor.
Okay, I
I'm
mean, I
fine
don't
with
mind
that.
researching it and finding out, but just the sooner you act
But you
on
also
this,
gotta
the
look
better.
at the noxious odors and stuff that would come from that. There's ordinances in place for that, I don't know here, but in general
there is some.
municipal
There is.
ordinances.
Yeah.
There is,
So-
I'm all for it,
Okay.
as long as
Farm,
we do it the
Todd
right
might
way.
be somebody to ask too, if he can help us with ordinances, he might have the
Yeah.
information on this, because he does Rootstown, Randolph, Ravenna, he does all those, and Randolph's a big farming place, so he might have info on that.
yeah, I'll send an email out to him tomorrow and ask him about
I
it.
mean,
say, hey,
anything's better than nothing, I mean,
Right.
or at least put you in the right direction.
Right, yeah, and that's what he said. So just throwing those two out there, and zoning is picking up. We've got all these houses being built. We've had a lot of sheds come up, or accessory buildings. So that's really good.
Someone
Not too
get ahold of
many,
you about a fence?
a couple people have, and they've called me and just asked questions, but I've only gotten like 2 permits in there. I did do a drive around the other day to look around, and there were a couple of things. I really need to have somebody ride with me so that I can write while they're driving.
Remember, either an officer or even,
Village administrator.
somebody
Okay.
that can drive a gator or whatever.
Yeah, just somebody so that I can write and take pictures while they're driving, and I don't
You
have
and
to
the
do it.
mayor could have a wonderful trip
I'm not
together.
getting on a gator.
Get some coffee, drop in the gator and go. I'm down.
Anybody who wants to go.
Anything else?
Yeah,
I'll take a day off,
anytime.
we'll go.
Housing, Yoda.
Oh, I had a question,
I
I
don't
was
even
wondering if
wanna
you were gonna
talk
hit on
about
it.
Okay, so he has been in contact with me. He does have those 3 units that are ready to be inspected. He wanted to know how to pay and how to get the application. So I sent him the application, and I said, we still don't have online payment. That ordinance is going to be voted on next meeting.
Did it get sent over to the solicitor?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
anything
didn't
about it.
understand it. I don't
Yes,
know.
Online
Remember-
has this stuff to,
Yeah,
change it from just being water bills to allowing it to be zoning and housing.
yeah, we talked about it last meeting, cause I don't think you
I
were
wasn't
here,
You were here.
Yeah,
You're
so,
gonna send it over to
We
the
would have to
solicitor?
do a whole new code
yeah.
on all paid. for that to happen.
yeah, the sooner we can get that, the better, because we have like really, we have, people out of town that wanna pay for these permits for like these new houses, Yoda, these landlords that are out of town, that wanna pay these fees, but they can't because we don't have an online payment, so now everything is delayed by a week or
Forwarded?
two. No, it has to be checked, money order or cash paid at the office
Oh, okay.
for all permits right now.
So can you work with the mayor to get it over to the solicitor? What verbiage it needs to be, what you want it to be in there, so that way it can be all covered for all the permit process.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
can't they pay through the utilities?
Because
No,
all
it's
pay
only-
is for water.
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah, we
So
gotta
it's
add
water
it.
sewer
Gotta add it
payments
on
for
there.
one all paid number, then I got a secondary all paid number for impound. So we would have to add a third,
A
which is
third.
not a big deal, it's just a
Okay.
process.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, permits for septic systems. We have a couple residents that have septic systems in the village, and we don't have a permit for them. They don't need a permit to put in a new septic system.
They have to have a
They have to
county.
go through the county.
Okay, so I just wanna make sure, I've had 2 phone calls about septic, they're putting new septic systems in their property, and they wanna make sure they don't need a village permit, and I can't find anything for a village
I don't
permit for
see
septic.
how
Do they have access to the sewer?
No, oh,
Cause if they do, normally you have to tie in, they won't allow you to put another one in.
That brown house put a septic in and they could tie in
Brown House,
right next door.
Yeah,
they put a new septic in?
that's what,
No, they didn't.
oh, where did
He
they?
just,
I'm
he just
Yeah,
didn't
they
read the
did.
paperwork for an inspection.
Yeah.
Because he was
Dan-
told previous administration he couldn't tie in, so
Yeah,
he had a whole new septic put in.
Well, that was because of the issue they had with the line over there. That wasn't because
Right, they couldn't tie in.
they couldn't tie in, but if you have the ability to tie in, I think they have to,
well, one of them is on a net drive.
which they have the ability, I think.
Mhm.
There's a lift station.
yeah, the lift station's right there.
The sewer doesn't do
I
that.
think-
Oh, I
Oh,
think
my,
it's
that's my
up there.
phone.
Does Hideaway have sewer?
No, yes, there you go.
I think it stops right there.
It does.
That's a good question for Danny.
There's a lift station
Oh, and he left.
right in the parking lot there, the old Dollar
Dan
General.
talked about that, Thomas's old house the other day. The guy wanted to do something, tie in somewhere, or go to the storm drain or something.
I don't know what you're talking about, I know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
I can't
And
remember.
I don't know exactly
Storm water is
what-
different than sewer water.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
can't,
think,
well, you shouldn't tie your sewer
Into your
storm.
No.
well, no, I meant if that's what it was, I don't even know.
Okay, so
Because he had a
how would
septic
I-
put in.
how would I find out if they can tie into this, to our
Sanitary.
You'd have to talk with Danny.
Danny who?
I would, Danny Spore, our water, or wastewater, I would start with him, because then it might be a conversation to the EPA and the county, and you might be opening a nice box for
It's
yourself.
gonna be cheaper for them to tie in there than it is to
Yeah.
have septic.
Like, yeah, how do they even?
Yeah, and I don't know why he didn't down here.
Now, where's Danny Spore at?
He's the
Good,
sewer
it was
plant.
just in here.
Oh,
Long day,
yeah, it's been,
it's okay.
okay. All right, I will talk to him about the septic and I'll get the 2 addresses. Well, the one, she hasn't even contacted me, I know because of other information that she's doing. The other, one of them has contacted me and said, I need the septic permit, and I'm like, I'll get back to you, cause I don't know anything about that. And then I was talking, well, and yeah, you just told me about, or somebody just told me.
Normally in a municipality, you guys do have some kind of permit to give to them for it,
Yeah.
outside of the county.
I could find nothing through any of the applications, through any of the ordinances. I mean, I was just like looking through all the paperwork and I cannot find any type of permit that says anything about septic.
Or you have to require them to tie, I mean, the county may do it, but you gotta require them to tie in, or have
Tie
a
in.
septic service
If
come.
it's available, you have
Yeah,
to tie
cause I gotta
in.
pay $200 a year to have mine registered with a company, the put with the Ohio Health Department, or the Portage County Health Department.
Yeah,
I know that.
That's a horrible, I know. So, okay, I
Yeah,
will,
David knows that.
I'll talk to
We
them,
don't know.
I'll call the gentleman back and let him know that I'm still researching, I'll talk to Danny. And then, okay,
So for clarification, do we have to pass an ordinance for zoning and housing to get a code to pay online?
and it'll have to be separate, won't it? One for zoning, one for
Did we
housing.
pass an ordinance for the impound lot to get it all paid?
Mm-mm.
I don't think you gotta have an ordinance. It's
Well,
just-
that's just what I was understanding, so I'm asking for clarification.
Mr. President.
You were asking.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I
We
don't,
didn't for all paid for the impound lot, we did not pass an ordinance for online payment. So the conversation I understood is that you guys were going to pass an ordinance for zoning and housing to get an all paid to pay online.
Do we have to?
why
The
do you have?
problem is, we don't know.
I think you guys discussed it the last meeting when she wasn't
Yeah,
here,
I
and you were
wasn't
gonna
here.
put it to the solicitor. I don't think, they said no for the impound lot, I don't think it would be any different
For
for.
that.
It's still gonna go under,
General fund.
it won't go under general, it'll go under whatever.
Hers goes under her housing and zoning.
Okay, yeah, so that would go under general fund.
Another question for the solicitor.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
he'll be here Thursday.
Can we send that to him so we can vote on it next meeting? So that we can get it set up as soon as possible?
I can ask him, I'll
Okay.
call and ask him
Well,
if
the
we
vote
have to
was
have it.
3 readings.
I have to call him
Oh,
tomorrow.
it has to be 3
Oh,
readings?
you wanna ask him about that then?
Yeah, I have to call him
Can't we do an
tomorrow.
emergency meeting for that?
You
Yeah.
would still have to do 3 readings.
No.
We would have to pass it on emergency, but I don't think
Yes.
we need to do an ordinance.
I don't think we do either,
Okay. All right,
not to pay.
Anything else?
I'm done.
Real quick, this is in your guys' packet. It's from EMA. It's for the hazard mitigation plan. Everybody has to have one in the county. And the EMA wrote this up and would like us to read it and sign on to it so that if anything happens, we're a part of the county EMA mitigation plan. So this would have to be done at the next meeting, and I think he's got a deadline to turn it in.
Do you have the reading of it? Do you have the book that we can read? Because this really doesn't say much.
This is the plan that he put together. I can print what he had.
Yeah, because I don't know what section
I have a
322 of
copy
EMA
of-
2000. I don't know what that is. I would like to read it.
I
Yeah, I
have
can
a
get it for
copy
you.
in there.
Dan, can you add that to the agenda to pass for next meeting?
This is something we're not gonna wanna do. I'll just tell you that right now.
Similar to the prosecutor one that we had to pass.
Yeah, it would cost us a lot of money to put this plan in, to put it into action. This is something we would call EMA for and say, come help us. So they would be the one that would give the money to us for that.
And we do pay them yearly to come help us.
So it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, so they need this to get a grant.
Right.
Okay, do we have to send this to the solicitor to put it in form?
I think this is just something you guys
We need
read
to
and
sign and
everybody
agree.
signs and you adopt it.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of the resolution already written for.
Yep, it's already ready. Where's my agenda here?
So you're saying we should or shouldn't?
Oh.
I don't have anything.
I got too many papers here. Any, subject, council, guests, last chance?
Jen, nothing?
I got one thing.
Boy.
Business registration. We've talked about it before, Dan and I have. You know, obviously we use Rita for collecting, but we don't really get a report on what we get, from who, what, when, where, how, why. So, you guys think it'd be, you know, smart to implement a business registration that goes out every year and register with the village, so we know, A, what those businesses we have, who's doing what we have in our village, just kind of get a better
It'd be nice to know.
view of knowing what's in the village.
Yes, chief.
See what you started?
We do have a list, it hasn't been updated since last year.
He got a list.
He's
Yeah.
got a list.
We got a list for when we have to go out to any of these businesses, when the door's left open or.
Oh, right, or alarm goes
the
off.
alarm goes off, we can call somebody to come out. It's pretty much, encumbers all the businesses we have. So I can try to compare that with what is currently here and update it for us, in turn give it to you to make it easier for you.
For mine, I have not found a business registration, registrar, or anything. I go back to East Cleveland just because I ran Salvation over there. We paid $250 a year and had to fill out this paper that we were licensed to open. We also had fire inspections. I know this is a lot different than that, but it would be nice to know what businesses are here. We can add them to the website.
That's the biggest thing is, being a fire inspector too, is it opens the door for that as well. So the fire department has contact information. They can go in, they can conduct the fire inspections, make sure that the public and employees are, safe when going in and out of those buildings and stuff like that. We make sure that Rita's getting, collected. I mean, there's many different things that are going to be beneficial from this.
I'm down. I mean, it'll be up, maybe about 6, I mean, but still.
If you go to Solon's website, they have like businesses and a list of all the businesses.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You might wanna sit down, something I won't have is how many employees work there and stuff like that, which you would wanna know for that purpose. If you're gonna go to Rita, you may have a business that's got one owner but has 10 employees. So you might wanna have them fill out the license saying they have this many people working there and give it to Rita, so that.
That's
they know.
even something that we leave the employees start of it out and just say, hey, Rita, here's what we have for businesses for your records if you need it. So, and we're not being too governing,
No.
but just a thought.
No.
Anybody else? No, okay. Motion to adjourn at 8:01.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Steven,
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Yes.
Daniel, Angela,
Yep.
David.
Yes.
Thank you.
Terry, when's our next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Next Thursday is